Leslie's Lessons. This podcast is based on a blog that I wrote, Thriving While Surviving Our New Normal. I dedicate it to the ones that we've lost, who are struggling to stay healthy and safe, and who also need encouragement at this very trying time. Thriving while surviving our new normal. Why staying safe and connected need each other. I just wanted to share a few things that I am doing to keep being productive and explain how I'm seeing things ever so clearly in the highest way. At first, I didn't think that my 2 cents would be helpful to anyone else, but I recently had a change of heart and wanted to share with you how I am practicing thriving while surviving the COVID-19 pandemic. I wanted to offer some tips that have been working for me and hopefully help someone else that might need some encouragement to help get through this. I enjoy the silence. This might sound simple enough, but for some people, this could seem like a death sentence. Just the thought of practicing this method scares people, and for those who suffer from FOMO, this could be a depressing time. If you look at it in this way, I can see why it would appear to be the case. Before the pandemic, we were running full speed like a freight train, full of me, me, me. We can run, but we can't hide. The new normal has some of us wanting to run for cover, but now have no place to hide. The issue that we once swept under the rug now has to be faced head on. The excuses of being tired from work for some of us are no longer accessible. Our actions or lack of tell more truth than we are ready to admit. We are not just being forced to face a pandemic, we must also face ourselves. This is not about facing Judgment Day or saying that the world is ending. The message that was received by me is that we must listen to what the higher power is telling us. Even if you do not believe in God, you too have to admit that you cannot do this solely on your own. Your mind needs constant attention, like your body needs breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or it will be candy and wine all the time. Set your atmosphere as a place of serenity. Assuming that you have furniture, no judgment, you can use what you already have. Start by decluttering your place and getting rid of anything that has drained your energy. It could be your excess stuff that you still have in a drawer or pictures of outdated relationships. If it spells out stress or distracts you and is not beneficial to your growth, then put it in a box and put it up in your closet or a spare room. Keep it out of sight. If you have paint, you can paint an accent wall with tranquil blues or optimistic hues like yellow and orange and set the tone of kumbaya. Sage it up. Not only is your health under attack, but so is your mental and spiritual. It is vital to protect your space and remove all negative energy. If you don't have sage, you can order it online or light a candle and speak positive words and prayer and give thanks for your protection and blessings. You can also take a step further and close your eyes and pray for others as well, including strangers. Drink warm water. I drank my warm water with a slice of lemon or lime. This was something that I was doing pre COVID-19. It was soothing and I wanted to practice cleansing. Little did I know that by adding it to my water, it was also very good for my immune system. I have 3 cups a day. I have one before I go to sleep, and as a night person, this really helps me to wind down very smoothly. Pray and meditate. I couldn't leave this out because this is what keeps it all together. By the way, there is no right or wrong way to pray either. If you feel frustrations building up and you're in the middle of washing dishes, pray right then and there. You can pray in the shower. I have great talks with God there. Try not to stay in one place under the water to avoid catching a cold. Say what's on your heart and care lesser where or how it is delivered. Your truth is all that is necessary. Make time to time out and gather your thoughts. When something negative tries to grab your energy, acknowledge it, wish it well, and set it free. Start or connect through a group chat. If you're not into speaking in group chats like I am, yes, you read that right after I suggested it. You can be a silent participant. You can see the positive words that people are sharing and tune out. Sometimes that little touch of connecting with others reminds us that we are not alone. If someone sends you a text, reply back. Even if they don't say how they feel, they're probably just happy to connect with you and know that you are hopefully okay too. Cook and cook often. We might be away from each other, and certain fruits and foods are scarce right now. If you are not friends with your kitchen, now is the time to become one. Learn something new. Check out Pinterest for some ideas. Or, if you're like me, you will grab some new ingredients that you never even thought of putting together and create some very tasty new meals. I recently remixed shepherd's pie. I didn't have ground beef, so I took some burger patties, scalloped potatoes, coconut milk, eggs to keep it together, shredded cheeses, and caramelized onions, and some fresh dill and seasonings, and voila. Follow up or start your business goals. Now is the time to look at what you can do to feed your dreams. What are your passions? What idea did you have before you put on hold or thought it was impossible to accomplish? Now is the time to revamp, research, and refocus your energy on what makes you profit, but most importantly, it makes you happy. Since you're not punching a clock or getting any overtime, now is the time to put an extra time into your business. Don't watch the news every day. If you watch news reports constantly all day, every day, what do you think the effects it will have on your mind? You can convince yourself that you are in more danger than you really are. I don't pretend to know anyone's medical history. I do know how important it is to protect your thoughts. Be safe, but also be happy. How can anyone be happy at this time? Focus on what makes you smile. It is also worth mentioning that you also have to practice social distancing from communication with very worrisome people. They mean well and want to make sure things are okay. That is appreciated. However, if someone is not able to see the bright side, they will surely bring you over to the dark side. Don't visit people or invite them over. This is not an easy thing to feel like we're all on house arrest. It can be even harder for other people, and they desperately need to be in other people's company. Who wants to say no to someone that you care about, especially if they're home alone? Use FaceTime and check on them or send a text. Send positive memes as another example. Don't make it a bigger deal than it is. Show them care while being warm and confident. Let it go. If there is something that has brought you angst or pain, now is the best time to let it go. Who do you have to forgive? Is there something that you have to forgive yourself about? Now is the time to write it down in a journal or say it out loud and promise to let it go and move on. You need your energy to be at the best capacity, and if it is not essential to your growth, then it's worth letting go. Keep growing. I can go on and on because I am constantly doing something new each day. The most important thing to do is to keep growing. Keep elevating yourself and staying safe and busy. Staying busy doesn't mean that you have to do a million things. It's about still making your growth time. If you have small kids, put up a do not disturb sign. Boundaries are okay. You might need time to vent, to cry, or to reflect. Be creative with your time and make it as comfortable as it can possibly be. Learn something new. Read a book. Keep reaching higher. Be still and ask for direction from the higher power. You will get the answers. Be optimistic because if you infuse fear, news, and lack of together, you will expect the worst. Be prepared, but always be positive. These are just some ideas that I do, and I hope that you found it useful. Stay safe and believe that things will turn around. We are all in this together, and with the right mindset, you will find how more productive you can be instead of waiting around for the worst to take place. You are not alone. We are all connected, and that is something to thrive for while surviving our new normal. Thank you for tuning in to Leslie's Lessons.